Test.
Hi, everyone. Can we? Doesn't sound like. Hi. Good evening, everyone. Can we ask you to take your seats?
We invite you to take a seat. Our program will be starting in just one moment as soon as you sit. We invite you to come on and sit down. Our honoree is anxious to hear everything we have to say because I told him this would be his employee review. So come on in and sit. We will be starting in just a moment.
I'm about to say Shabbat Shalom to welcome everybody. It's good. We want to welcome everyone to .rel, and so many of you coming into the sanctuary, you're coming in with all these fancy cocktails, all of these lovely drinks, and you all looked at me with guilt and, Rabbi, are we allowed to bring drinks into the sanctuary? The only person who cares that you're bringing a drink into the congregation is Patrick. It is true. And tonight is certainly a night that we will lift our glasses in honor of a man who has given 50 years of service and love to this community. It's a night for acknowledgement. It's a night for love. It's a night for celebration. And we would be remiss if we didn't acknowledge that in the presence of all of this love here, there is an absence of love out there. So how do we deal with that dissonance, that disconnect between what we're feeling internally as a community and what we're experiencing out there? For that, Patrick Miller is going to be our teacher. And let me explain. As many of you know, a few months ago, Patrick had to go in for some knee surgery, so he was out for a few weeks. And they were a challenging few weeks for the synagogue where we endured some anti-Semitism. When Patrick came back, the very first time that I saw you, Patrick, you came up to me with tears in your eyes. And I thought something was wrong with you. I said, Patrick, are you okay? And you said, I'm okay, but what's going on is not okay. What is going on out there is not okay. And Patrick, I think about that a lot. I think about our conversation a lot because we as a Jewish community feel the absence of people in this world who will stand up and say what's going on out there is not okay. We feel alone. We feel vulnerable. We feel scared. And we feel uncertain. And when we're feeling like that, we should know that there are people like Patrick Miller. This afternoon, I heard this lovely teaching from a soon-to-be rabbi, Yael Aronoff. Yeah, give her a... And soon-to-be Aronoff, less than 24 hours, quoted a teaching from our tradition, Pirkei Avot, which says, Uvimakom she'ein anashim, in a place devoid of people, in a place where no one stands up for what is right, in a place where there is no sense of a moral compass. There's no decency in a society where people are base and people are cruel and people don't have an understanding of what is right and what is wrong. Uvemakom she'ein anashim, in a place where there are no people. Hishtadel liot ish. Strive to be a man. In other words, in the absence of goodness, be a good person. In the absence of goodness in the world out there, Patrick Miller shows us and has shown us for 50 years that goodness is possible, that there is goodness and there is love and there is still decency out there. Because in a world where we feel there are no anashim, there are no people, amongst us we have a clear example of a man who cares about us, who's given his heart and his soul and his life to the Jewish community. And for that, Patrick Miller, you are certainly deserving of this honor. And more than that, you are deserving of our admiration, our respect, and our love. Mazel tov.
Erev Tov, I'm Cantor Aronoff, not Rabbi Aronoff. Before we rise for the singing of Hatikva, I have been given the honor to say something to you, Patrick. So, dear Patrick, or as our grandson says, Atik. This is a really, really wonderful evening. People are here because they love you, not because they are obligated to come to a synagogue gala, but because they love you and because you have touched people in every facet of their lives here as part of the community. I'm going to also quote Pirkei Avot. Im ein kemach ein Torah, which means without flour, bread, or sustenance, or the practical things needed in life, it is too difficult to truly engage in the study of Torah. Well, Patrick, you give us that sustenance, and I don't just mean the Miller Mac macaroni and cheese that's on Shabbat, but which is delicious, and you know I love that, but way, way more than that. You give us what we need to have the services and the programs and everything that we do here that uplift our community. Patrick, on a personal level, you have always taken the time to hear me out. Sometimes I come to Patrick with an idea, and it may or may not be an easy kind of thing to do. Patrick, we'd like to have a concert in 2 weeks for 700 people. And you know what? No matter what he might think of my idea at first, he listens. You listen to me, and if there is any way on God's earth that it can happen, you make it happen. And we can rely upon you to make that happen. And you know, you care deeply for all the members of this community, and I include myself in that. By the way, I've been Cantor here for 21 years, but a member here for like 39. You remember my kids' bat mitzvahs, all the other stuff. You really care about us as a family. There was this time, some of you may remember, it was Yom Kippur of 2020. Anybody remember? So you weren't here, but I passed out during Ne'ilah. Yeah. So, I mean, I know I figured out why it happened. Patrick didn't wait 2 seconds. He called the paramedics. By the time I woke up, I said, no, Patrick, I don't really need anything. I'm just going to go home. He said, oh, no. They're taking you out in the chair. They're going to check you out. We're worried about you. We need to check you. He cares personally and wants to make sure that everyone is fine. Patrick, we all thank you from the bottom of our hearts for that. that's one of your favorite sayings, by the way. Everything is fine. It's all good. It's all good. So on behalf of my family, Mel, Ronit, Matthew, Finn, who calls you Attic, and as of tomorrow, Rabbi Yael Aronoff, I would like to convey our deep appreciation and thanks and love to you for your 50 years of taking care of us and for your unwavering support of our community. We love you. And now I would like to ask everyone to please rise, face the Israeli flag, and join us in the singing of Hatikva. Kol od ba'leva penima nefesh Yehudi homiya ulefate mizrach kadima ayin letzion Sophia od lovda tikvateinu hatikva bat shnot alpayim liyotam chofshi be'artzeinu eretz Tzion Yerushalayim liyotam chofshi be'artzeinu eretz Tzion Yerushalayim.
Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy.
All right. Hi, I'm Eric Nicastro. Yay, for me. So I don't know where I'm supposed to stand up here. Patrick, that's your favorite band, the Eagles. And they're singing your favorite thing, Take It Easy, which is what you've done around here for 50 years, right? More like Hotel California. You could never leave. Anyway, I had, by the way, thank you, Rabbi Cantor, for services. That's over now. I actually think that's how we should run services. The two of them speak for a short amount of time. We do Hatikva, and then we could switch to a kiddush brunch as opposed to a lunch. Phenomenal, right? Anyway, I wrote several lovely things to say, Patrick, but Linda told me to cut all of them after the rabbi and Cantor spoke. So instead, I'll just say, almost a year ago to the day, I said, hey, Patrick, I have an idea. At next year's gala, it's your 50th year, we should honor you. And he said no. Anyway, we're here now honoring you. Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Miller. Come on up here, Patrick. Here, Patrick, sit down here. Patrick, I'm just going to mention this. People like to talk about we've got new chairs. I don't know if you noticed in the sanctuary. They like to talk about what fits on the chair and in the chair and next to the chair. I'll tell you what definitely fits on the chair tonight. There's a QR code to donate money. There's a little slip of paper that I saw some of you threw on the ground. Pick it up. If you take your phone and you scan that QR code, you can donate money, which will be in honor of Patrick, that we will use for programs and events around here, so it keeps Patrick employed. All right? By the way, we're innovative here at .rel. Right? We've had the first, where's Rabbi Alexander, the first female conservative rabbi, and now we have Patrick Miller, the first gala honoree who had to set up and clean up his own gala. Anyway, Patrick, we're going to have fun now for the rest of the 3.5 hours we have left of this program before we eat, and I'm going to kick it over. We're going to see a video right now. So swing your chair and take a look.
Good evening. For those of you who haven't met me, which would make sense since I haven't really been here for much, can you hear me? I worked here. I can fix my own microphone. Thank you very much. So, hi, I'm Eric. I'm Patrick's son. Nice to meet you, everybody. So, 50 years. Wow, longer than I've been alive, my dad has worked here. And I feel like I kind of grew up around this place. And like a lot of people in my family, at some point, I worked here. So you can imagine my surprise when I was invited to participate in my dad's roast. What? Cut it out. Not a roast. Well, this is awkward. I guess I'm going to have to ad-lib a little bit. So I'm here just to talk a little bit about my memories from being here from a really long time ago. I moved to Orange County 25 years ago, but when I was a kid, I was here a lot. And when I was a kid, I worked here a little tiny bit. So I'm going to share a little bit about what it was like to be Dad's kid. First, for those of you who think Dad worked here 50 years, you got it dead wrong. All right? You're assuming like work, like Monday through Friday. Dad's got like at least 65 years worth of employment he deserves credit for. Take any day, any given day, on daylight hours, flip a coin, Dad's here. Heads or tails, 50-50 chance Dad's here doing something, right? That's how dedicated Dad always was to the temple. And the temple at my house was always like the other family. So let's talk about some stories. A couple of things. So for those of you, I don't know if this is okay to say, who might believe in ghosts. If you'd like an opportunity to meet one, ask my dad for a tour of the maintenance elevator located right over there in this very building. It is a thing of horrors straight out of an episode of The Twilight Zone. For some reason, the lights never work. It's got one of them big wooden gates that they haven't used in this century. I'm telling you, I don't know why they don't charge on Halloween. You'd make a ton of money. It's super terrifying. And it takes you to the basement, which is no better. Christmas. One Christmas. Oh, you guys may not know this. We're not Jewish. So, Dad's extra dedicated to you guys. So one Christmas we were here. So it goes like this. We wake up, Christmas morning, presents under the tree. Dad's like, go. And the way I work with Dad is one at a time. You got to hold it up. He takes the picture. That's how it goes. And about halfway through presents, like always, temple calls. Dad, there's a flood. Or, Patrick. There's a flood at the temple. And at the time, this is like after, it's like I was a late teenager. It's after I'd worked here a little bit. I was like, Dad, I'm tagging in. I'm going with you. So we come down here, and on Christmas Day, we're here setting up pumps, pulling water out of spaces, like moving things around, trying to figure out plumbing because the water main broke. And we stopped our Christmas Day to take care of this place because Dad loves this place, right? Like he always wants this place to be perfect and phenomenal for all of you all the time. And then we went home and opened presents. And when I was a little kid, like a lot of people in my family, I worked here for a very, very brief period of time. When I was a teenager, I was an assistant janitor, glamorous, and I mopped floors and learned how to sweep and all those things for $4.25 an hour, and I was glad to get it. Still happy about it. Still happy about it. So again, I mentioned that our calendar was a little different at home, right? So, and I still don't. This is my failing. I have no idea what the high holidays are. No idea. I do know how they impacted my life. Because at our house, we did a lot of projects. Like Dad would be like, let's do a major project at our house. Because we didn't hire people. We had 2 hands and backs, and that was enough. We didn't hire people. So we would do projects, and Dad was always like, you know what, July 15th, that's the right weekend in the valley to redo the backyard. And I'd go to Dad, and I'd say, Dad, the fall, also an opportunity to do these things. And my dad would look at me like apoplectic, like I would know about this. He'd be like, what? That's the high holidays. Like I'm a madman. I don't know if it's still a thing, but if you haven't tried the rainbows in the kitchen, the little rainbow brownies, yeah. I don't know if there's still making it like it did 40 years ago, but back then, yeah. All right. And then there's Gloria. Gloria was a super big, important part of Dad's life. Gloria was a super important part of the temple. She was here. This is where they met. They met here. I don't know exactly how they fell in love-ish here, sort of, kind of. I don't know how that works. When they got married, we came here. That picture you saw of me up there, that was me speaking at the reception. We did that here, and that was beautiful. And then when we all had to say goodbye to Gloria, when she went on, when she left this world, we did that here too. So the temple is very close to my family in a lot of different ways for people who've never worshiped here. So thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for honoring my dad. Thank you, Dad, for everything you did. My dad told me not to dress up tonight, so I didn't put on a tuxedo. Now, I would like to introduce someone even greater than me, my dad's brother, Frank Miller. Everybody, Frank Miller.
Shalom, everyone. I don't know how I'm going to... Oh. Fix it. Damn. Here, I'll bring it closer. You tell your people next time. Shalom, everyone. I'm not sure how I can go after that particular speech, but I'm touched just by the conversations and the speeches that have just been taking place so far about the love and clear joy of the relationship that my brother has had with many and all of you here to celebrate this special occasion. I just want to personally, on behalf of all of our family, the Miller family, want to thank the entire congregation here, the staff, and the entire Dat Ariel community for honoring my dear brother on this special occasion of 50 years of service to this organization. He and I talked on the phone earlier this week, and I said, you know, this is a tremendous honor. I can't believe 50 years, you know, I can't believe somebody would be crazy enough to work this long. And no, I didn't say crazy, I said committed.
Should be committed, you said?
But it's true. You know, I think the demonstration of 50 years of service, as Rabbi said a little while ago, is just a true testament to the love and the respect and the honor that our family has felt for this community for a very long time. Patrick has worked here for 50 years, but actually our family has been involved with the Dat Ariel for more than 70 years. My brother, my oldest brother, and my father worked in landscaping and landscape maintenance before my father was the facilities director. I, in fact, actually worked for 4 summers here when I was a young man, paying my way through high school, and learned many things about the Jewish faith and really came to respect so much about your community and the people. And I learned a lot about maintenance, and as my wife will tell you, I can do just about anything at our house now because I probably learned a lot of skill sets here. But it was a great time. There was a lot of wonderful memories. I think Patrick has forged a lot of tremendous relationships through this time, and there was one individual that actually touched all of our lives. I just have to acknowledge him tonight. Rabbi Rothblum is a tremendous, just a tremendous friend to our family. He spoke at both of our parents' memorial services, and he was always so kind to me when I was here working those brief years. And I know Patrick had a tremendous relationship when he was here, and of course with all the folks that were associated with that time. I believe that Patrick being here 50 years is a testament to just our family and how we believe in loyalty and respecting the work and doing a good job every day. And he has really endeavored to embody that. He has, as his son was saying, talked about how he has always put service here at the facility at the top of his priority, no matter what. He was here. My nephew was reminding me about a time when he was on a fire department, and there was a fire alarm that went off in the middle of the night, and the fire department arrived, and he happened to be on the engine at that time, and Patrick was already here before the fire department got here. He said, "No problem, it was just a false alarm, don't worry about it." But that tells you what kind of commitment that Patrick's had. For you folks to extend yourselves and to open your hearts up to him in this way, it means so much to our family. We so appreciate you. We appreciate you, Patrick, so much. You have really distinguished yourself and I think demonstrated who we are as a family. And I hope you enjoy it tonight. And I want to thank you all again for everything you're doing for him to honor him. So thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Patrick, we know your favorite band is the Eagles, so we tried to book them. We didn't get them. So we got the next best thing, which is the Eagles of Adat Ariel, Rabbi Rothblum, Lois Rothblum, David Kaminer.
This is quite a treat here, except that it's very, very difficult to read what I have written. I can't. There. That was much better. So what I'm going to do, when I was suffering for about a week with no voice whatsoever, so I decided that the song needed some additional input. So I'm going to teach you who is this man? So we should. All right, this is the line, and I'm going to ask David Kaminer, who is accompanying us, to help teach this song to our very, very wonderful crowd. Patrick, give me the music. David. Patrick Miller, we honor you tonight. Patrick Miller, we honor you tonight. Patrick started working here when he was just a teen. He kept the whole place sparkling. He worked to keep it clean. He knows the laws of kashrut and all the Jewish stuff. He always puts a smile on whenever things get rough. Patrick Miller, we honor you tonight. Patrick Miller, we honor you tonight. Patrick went to sea, son. Psychology was his love. Perhaps he would be a teacher that would fit him like a glove. Instead, he chose the temple and a pocket for his keys. He is the man who makes us that tasty mac and cheese. Patrick Miller, honor you tonight. Patrick Miller, we honor you tonight. Patrick had a mentor, taught him what he could be, made him our plant director. The mentor was Irma Lee with the carnival for Purim, and with the rabbis play. You're giving that to them too. And if we need more money, we know he'll find the way. Patrick, Patrick Miller, honor you tonight. Patrick, Patrick Miller, we honor you tonight. He's happy helping people. He's there to lend a hand. He answers when he's called on and helps the fallen stand. He does so many things here. To us he has been true. We salute you, Patrick Miller, our honorary Jew. Patrick Miller. Patrick Miller, we honor you tonight.
All right, well, that was great because that touched on a lot of your early years. Because all I was going to say, and this is one of the reasons I'm proud to be employed by Adat Ariel, was that Adat Ariel looked in the face of child labor laws and said, "We don't care. We will hire kids to work maintenance here." By the way, you know, Eric, your son, had me convinced that maybe you were Jewish, laying all that guilt on how we ruined Christmas for your family. But then the second he said you guys worked with your hands at home doing things, I knew you were not Jewish. Anyway, here's another video.
Dear Patrick, I join in the applause for thanking you for your dedication to the Adat Ariel family the past 50 years. Throughout these years, I've had the pleasure of working with you in sisterhood events and family events. And to tell you the truth, I admire your patience. 100 guests? No, 200 guests. Tables in, tables out, chairs in, chairs out. The meeting rooms, too hot, too cold, but we could always count on you to make things right. And you know, Patrick, we still do. Yasher Koach, Patrick.
I remember when Patrick first came around to watch his father working at Valley Jewish Community Center in Temple. He was a young teenage boy, and he thought that he could help his father. But when Patrick started going around the temple, it was like he had the keys to the kingdom, and he really paraded around here. So it was a pleasure to see him working his way up.
We always had a deluxe kiddush for lunch, and one time macaroni and cheese appeared, and from that time on I was sold. So whenever Patrick made the macaroni and cheese, I couldn't wait to get it in the kiddush line. Also, for about 30 years, I worked with Patty Bregman in the gift shop, and this was before we had security. It was Patrick's idea. We installed a panic button, and if anybody came in, because we handled money, we could touch that panic button and Patrick would come running and save the day.
So, Patrick, we just heard from a couple of our favorite people here, Beverly Barrick and Janet Farber. Now, Patrick, while you... So I've been told, Patrick, because of time, we're basically going to cut out the 1990s, okay? But I was told that not much happened here anyway during the 90s, so that would probably be okay, right? Here, come back up. You're not supposed to go very far. Sit right down there. You could keep trying to leave, but we know that that's not going to happen. So at this point in the program during hour 6, we were thinking about this would be the appropriate time for an in memoriam, okay? As you would have at events like this, right? But instead, again, we're at .rel. We do things a little differently. So we actually decided, instead of an in memoriam, we were going to bring somebody back from the dead. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? So, because this is your special night, we worked it out. All right? So, if our special guests could come on up. Well, they're coming back from the dead. It could take a little while. So, here we go.
Irma Lee Ettinger. It would be better if I could do my raspy voice with a mic. Let's see. There we go. Not going very far. Rabbi Rothblum, you and I are the Adat Ariel staff who together had the honor of working with this outstanding exec director back in the day. I know that she meant the world to you, not only because she hired you, not only because she mentored you, but she was such an incredible support. Not only did she understand all the issues that could come up at Adat that you had to solve, but because she was so herself, straightforward, strong. And Patrick, you have truly followed in her footsteps. It was so Irma Lee just to tell it like it was, and so do you. When there was a particularly challenging week, she would say to you something like, "Hell of a week, huh, Patrick? Come to my office." And in her office, after the workday was over on Friday, she would open her desk drawer and pull out the bottle. She wouldn't drop that, though. She wouldn't drop that, though, never. And toast each other. And so tonight, Patrick, I toast you on behalf of Irma Lee.
I believe my family has known you since you started in the early 70s. I was about 10 years old. I'm guessing I saw you a few times as I was walking back and forth to play basketball with Rabbi Rothblum. For several years, I worked with you as a member and leader of the Boy Chicks, the men's club, especially in putting on the Purim Carnival. My wife and her family also have known you since the beginning. She recalls always seeing your friendly face, especially when you would catch her and her friends leaving the campus to go get French fries. But most important, Patrick, is your relationship with my parents, especially my father. For many years, my father was a very active member, of Adat Ariel, culminating with him being the president during the start of the day school. He really appreciated all of the help and support that you gave to him during that time. While my dad cannot be here today, I'm sure he would want to express his sincere gratitude and appreciation for everything that you've done for him and for Adat Ariel. And I'd also like to thank you for being there for my dad. He greatly respects you and appreciates all you have done for Adat Ariel. Mazel tov, Patrick.
Lee Goldring, ladies and gentlemen. And it is now my pleasure to bring up past president to talk a little bit more about our time building the day school, Lauren Fife.
Thanks, Eric. I'm Lauren Fife, as Eric just indicated, and I'm better known around these parts as Linda's husband, I suspect. You know, there's always been this little interchange between Patrick and Linda. He greets her with, "Hello, Mrs. Fife," and he knows that Linda will respond, "Mrs. Fife still lives in Granada Hills." And we don't live in Granada Hills, so I'll let you figure that one out. It's hard to believe, but there was a time when Linda and I were relatively young members of Adat Ariel with 2 kids in the day school. During the late 1980s, the school's enrollment had mushroomed. Classes literally met in broom closets. The second-story classrooms in the old admin building had been condemned since the '71 earthquake, and it became obvious that we really needed to redesign the campus. But Adat Ariel hadn't attempted a capital campaign in decades. Linda and I had both already served on the board, and I was asked to serve as one of the young adult chairs for an $8 million campaign to demolish many of Adat Ariel's older structures and to construct new school buildings. To accomplish that, we needed to fundraise twice as much as the leading expert in the Jewish community estimated Adat Ariel could raise, demolish the old buildings, and complete the construction project. A lot of pressure on everyone, especially Patrick. At the same time, our executive director, the legendary Irma Lee Ettinger of blessed memory, had handed off her responsibilities to a successor who just wasn't Irma Lee. As a result, I heard that laugh, Patrick. As a result, I was in a position to watch closely as Patrick regularly stepped into the breach, doing the executive director's job as well as his own, and in my opinion, saving Adat Ariel at a critical juncture. If there was a problem with the budget or with the optimal time to demolish an old structure, everyone knew to go ask Patrick. When the architect or the contractor had a question about the plumbing or the electrical circuitry, they learned quickly to go ask Patrick. When the costs kept spiraling and the chairman of the capital campaign had a fatal heart attack, the volunteers on site every day knew to go ask Patrick when they needed common sense solutions to complex problems. Eventually, we finished the project, but I seriously doubt it would have happened without Patrick's daily involvement. And so it's been ever since. While more than 30 years have passed since those early observations, my opinion of Patrick has never wavered. He's a true mensch, and he's always placed the needs and welfare of our community ahead of his own. Patrick, you've been part of our lives for over 4 decades now. We've been through more meetings, programs, and simchas with you than we could ever begin to count. And through it all, you've always had that same jovial smile, that same impish twinkle in your eye, and the same unceasing dedication to our Adat Ariel community. We love you, and we're thrilled to celebrate your remarkable accomplishment of 50 years of service to Adat Ariel. Mazal tov.
For 50 years, you, Patrick, have been the keeper of this sacred space. You and we spent a lot of time on these very premises during our common formative years.
And like us, you grew up with our parents, Dad having been a past president of Adat Ariel, and Mom having been a sisterhood president. You were the one-stop, go-to, can-do resource with whom they regularly collaborated over the course of their decades of community leadership. For 50 years, you have been an integral member of our community. In countless ways, from the mundane, like seeing that deliveries for a Sisterhood Shabbat luncheon were received and appropriately stored, to the special, like procuring a tent when the auditorium couldn't be used for high holiday services.
You have kept this ship afloat while understanding every facet of our communal needs. You are truly deserving of honor.
May you enjoy many years to come in good health, high spirits, and with the knowledge that you have meant so much to so many. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick.
All right. See, when they hug him, that's a Reynolds wrap. Yeah. All right. I kind of stole that from Peter. He says it at the end of every high holiday service. All right, Patrick, don't keep sliding back because the last thing we want is, workers' comp at your own gala here. Okay. We have another audio clip for you. Are you enjoying those? Sure. Yeah, I am too. It's great, right? Because, you don't know who it is, and then you kind of do, because, like you told me, the voices of the people in this community are in your head at all times. Yeah. Especially yours. So, thank you. All right, we got another audio clip. Let's hear it.
I just wanted to express that you played a big part in my life as a young man by being my mentor. I remember when I first came to work at AAE at the age of 15 for the summer. You immediately saw something in me and took me under your wing. You taught me how to work hard and be responsible. Those qualities prepared me for becoming a police officer. Thank you for helping me become a good man and believing in me. We all love you. Thank you again.
Everett Trujillo, everybody. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Another 15-year-old that we hired to work here. It's unbelievable. Rabbi Rothblum, were you in charge during that time? Okay. Well, we have another audio clip. This one, you'll never guess the voice by hearing it. Trust me. It's too difficult to guess. Okay?
My dear Patrick, this is my opportunity, instead of just saying it privately to you, to thank you publicly for jumping in when I was president. No issue was too small or too big for you to support me on. I'll never forget your wisdom, your judgment, and your history that you have with the synagogue, which was a major resource and asset for me. Congratulations, Patrick. Thank you so much for all you do for me and for this synagogue.
Past President Manny Aftergut. And Manny knows this. It says Heart of Gold, but it was really gold-plated because of budget cuts during that decade. Right, Manny? Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, these are audio clips. These are audio clips. The committee got nervous because we know you only listen to the radio. Okay. So we have another one for you. They're going to keep coming. I know. You're very happy about this. And it's good because breakfast is going to be served soon. Yeah. We got another audio clip? Oh, it's a video. Sorry. Oh, that's right, because now we're in a different decade, so now there's video available at AAE.
We couldn't have done our jobs as teachers at the beloved Adat Ariel Day School for as long as we have and as well as we could without your help.
And we wanted to just share an example of how helpful you were to all of us as teachers at ADOT.
Hello, Pat, I hate to bother you. This is Stricter Richter here, and we have a small problem. The snake got out, and Esther Barshai found it when she went to the ladies' bathroom. It's in the toilet. Is there a way you could please come up and help us?
Well, Barry, once again, I will match your service. Now, let me ask you this. How long is the snake?
Oh, about 2 feet.
And it's located in which bathroom?
The ladies' bathroom on the 2nd floor.
Okay, Barry. What's the snake's name?
Britsky.
Okay. Well, as usual, we will fish out your problem and help you all at the day school.
In all seriousness, you did a lot of our dirty work for us, and we're very appreciative.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting us be part of this wonderful gala.
Yes, again, congratulations, so well deserved, and we couldn't have done it without you.
All right, so Patrick asked me when I convinced him to be the honoree, finally, because I told him he didn't have a choice. He requested that Rabbi Feinstein from VBS come here and speak, but he was unavailable. So when I told Patrick he's not available, he said, "What about Rabbi Wolpe?" So I checked in, and he was also unavailable. Ladies and gentlemen, Rabbi Bernhard.
Shalom Adad Ariel. So I want you to know, Eric, when we were interviewing for an executive director, you were my second choice. Okay. Not at all true. Not at all true. On the contrary. He was third. Huh? He was third. Actually, he was Patrick's third choice. On the contrary, I consider. Is this better? Is this better? Yes. No kidding. Whew. On the contrary, I consider Eric and our time working together to be one of the many blessings that I was fortunate to experience in my 25 years here at Adad Ariel. For when I am asked, having stepped away from this congregation to serve as its rabbi, when I'm asked, do I miss it? I always give the same answer. I don't miss the job. I miss the people. For both professionally and personally, this was a time that was filled with many blessings for me and my family in the form of you, in the form of the congregants whom I was privileged to serve, and the staff with whom I was honored to partner. And through it all, through all the years of these blessed relationships, there was one constant for my 25 years: Patrick. You've heard the concept of the work spouse, and this I say with respect to Patrick's brother, but Patrick was my work brother. My very tall, large, Gentile work brother, who knew more about keeping kosher than almost any of you here. And I'm not too ashamed to admit, he corrected me twice. Through our 25 years together, we might not have seen it all, but we sure saw a lot. Professionally, Patrick, together we've had our successes and our failures. We shared joys and frustration and our worries and our fears. We were colleagues and we were confidants. And personally, we saw and shared so much life. Between us, we had births and marriages, illnesses and deaths. And through it all, Patrick was there. Sometimes I stood on his shoulders to reach up as high as I could. And sometimes he carried me when I didn't know how to go on. I hope I did the same for you as much as you did for me. Throughout my time, Patrick showed me in this congregation such deep loyalty and love. Many were the frustrations that would have stopped most people. But Patrick, through it all, has remained loyal, reliable, faithful. He is the embodiment of the word emunah. For as Rabbi Jonathan Sachs has said, where there is no loyalty, there is no friendship. Where no friendship, no trust. And where no trust, no true relationship. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you for your loyalty and your faithfulness and your reliability, and for all that it gave me and it has given to this congregation. Let's come to the conclusion of these brief remarks. I raise a glass to you. I raise a glass to toast you, my brother, Patrick. From the bottom of my heart, you are always there for me. I love you too. Thank you so much.
So it's at very emotional, heartfelt moments like this that we remind you the QR codes are on your seats to make a donation to a.rel in honor of Patrick. Very important. So we've come up to the time, we're past this one, right? Now we're on to the next decade, which, by the way, so now this is where I enter the Adot picture, so it's the part that I'm the most interested in. And this is when COVID happened. And I just want to be clear. Everyone went home during COVID, except for Patrick. He stayed on the campus, and I told him, Patrick, you have to leave the campus because there's kind of a worldwide pandemic going on. But he wouldn't do it. So anyway, we wrote you up for that, and we don't have to get into all the HR stuff. But that's fine. But we do, from this time period, we have another clip for you.
Patrick, you are not just someone who I have adored working with and who is a close, wonderful friend. You are something else to me. I remember that time that I needed to find out if the win room was free on a certain date for a program I wanted to run. And you got back to me and said, Rabbi, that second day Shavuot, the building will be closed. Yes, Patrick, it turns out you are my rabbi, and I think many other people's too. Thank you for everything.
Patrick, wow, reaching 50 years at a.rel, your uncanny ability to just listen to others and offer several solutions to any and all situations speaks volumes about your unwavering character. Your presence has made a profound difference in countless lives here at Adot, including mine. From the ECC to the mailroom, to the former day school, to the summer camp, to the clergy office, and everything in between, my journey at a.rel would not be the same without you. Here's to celebrating you and the incredible impact you've had on all of us over the last 50 years. Mazel tov.
Ladies and gentlemen, Deborah Peterkowski. By the way, Patrick, there's a lot of references to you being the Jewish one and all of that, or honorary Jew, but we were just talking over there, and we're going to make it official. Okay? So we brought a moil here, and we're going to do it right here, okay? This is the appropriate place, I was told. Are you ready for it? Yeah. And that's the thing. He would actually be like, okay, he'd argue for a second, but then eventually he would just do it. That's why we love you. All right, so, people are asking me all the time. Do we have another audio clip? A video? Okay, so then I'll get to what people ask me later. Patrick, this is a video, so this one you watch.
Congratulations, Patrick. We love you. I'm so proud of you. I'm sorry we can't make it there, but I really hope you're having the best time. Congratulations, Patrick. I love you.
Okay, Parker, Easton, Slater, come on down. I'm just kidding.
Dan and Stacy Strauss, and they're adorable kids. By the way, the kids weren't invited. They wanted to come.
I'm only joking. Is this the mic?
Yeah, there you go.
They really wanted to be here. They love Patrick. We love Patrick. Our relationship started when our daughter was 4 years old, who went to adopt. It was her pre-K year. And I mean, while she was excited to go to school, she was also so excited to see Patrick. She had to know him. She had to get to meet this guy. She needed, his sunshade is the perfect level drawn for a 4-year-old to run by. And it wasn't enough for her to just tap on the glass. She had to barge in, go in, befriend him. This then turned into our son, Easton, who is now 4, doing the exact same thing. We'll just barge in. We love you. We are such good friends with Patrick. It's been amazing to get to be friends with you because my 4-year-old just had to know you. You are as much of a highlight to our kids as getting ice cream at the cafe. And I mean, really, you are so special to our whole family. My mom knows you, my dad knows you, everyone knows you. Our friends know Patrick. You are a celebrity to us. While we did not prepare a song or a dance number, we tried. We wanted to dance for you. Next time. Maybe a poem, perhaps.
Please.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Our kids think you're the coolest.
And we do too.
We love you, Patrick. We love you.
By the way, when your kids turn 15, we'll hire them. So people, now back to what I was saying earlier, people ask me all the time, Eric, you do so much around here, and you seem like you work so hard and make this congregation just flow and operate, and what an amazing job. How do you get it all done? And I always say the same thing, Jessica Bieber.
So that was a very lovely intro. Thanks, Sarah. I'm the Assistant Executive Director. One of you may recognize me from the weekly What's Up videos. So thanks to one of you for watching. Is it? Hello. When it comes to the length of time I've known you, Patrick, as it relates to your adult lifespan, it's only been 12%, which seems pretty small. But the 6 years have been extremely meaningful to me. I've been able to rely on you from day one, not just as a colleague, but as a confidant and a friend. Your bill as my therapist is astronomical. And while I've tried to get Marina to let me siphon off a portion of each paycheck directly to you, apparently that's, quote, not a thing, and, quote, get out of my office. I'm sorry. Patrick, I've never known anybody with your level of dedication, commitment, loyalty, and unwavering compassion. You care about every single member in this community, and you put everybody else and everything else above yourself. You put a dot above yourself, and I know that because you respond to my 1 a.m. emails, came to work immediately after a car accident, drove food to our members during COVID, tried to work even after surgery, and are here on campus 100 hours a week, and that's probably a low estimate. This community is extremely lucky to have you as a part of it and at the heart of it for so many years. I've sat out in front of the campus with you during high holidays for 6 years, and each year I've heard congregant, after giving you the biggest hug, thank you with big smiles on their faces. You have been there for so many people, going above and beyond what is asked, remembering the smallest detail and showing so much kindness. I hope to be as dedicated in my life to anything as you are to this community. It's remarkable. Patrick, you are patient and giving and thoughtful, and you make this place better. We are better for knowing you. Thank you for so many years of service and love, and on behalf of the staff of Adat Ariel, congratulations on this honor.
Erev Tov, Boker Tov. Rabbi, I don't remember which one it was, Schuldenfrei. You began with B'makom she'en anashim hishtadel liot ish. And you said, strive to be a man. I think what you have showed us, and this is, by the way, the best I go to lots of tributes, right? This is the best because they're honoring you, not your pocketbook, not your stature outside but inside. You have shown us how to be human, not how to be a man, but how to be human. And whatever's next, God bless you. Slow and steady, life's not a race. Every season leaves its own trace. Love and live at your own perfect pace. Don't forget, you did sing your own song. Take the time to step to the side. Breath is special, it's fuel for the ride. Feel the warmth as it fills you inside. Don't forget, you can sing your own song. La, 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 don't be afraid. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Don't forget, you can sing your own song. There are those who often suggest what they think is right, wrong, or best. You've taught us to live life and to live with no regrets. Don't forget, You can sing. It is best when you sing. Don't forget, you can sing your own song.
Is that it? That was your signal? There was no countdown or anything? Really? Okay. Anyway, so Patrick, we all got together for several minutes out of our day right before filming this and said, what could we do to honor Patrick for 50 years of service? And what could we do that will also encapsulate our experience working with you on a daily basis? And this is what we came up with.
This is unheard of. No one does this anymore.
My name is Alfonso, and I've been here for 34 years.
I've known you since the 80s and 90s and depended on you.
I'm Santiago. I work here for 23 years.
Thank you so much for all of your years of service, welcoming all of us onto the staff.
I'm happy to work with him for 15 years.
Most people today aren't even living till 50, so good for you.
Thank you for bringing us our paychecks every 2 weeks. Thank you for everything that you do to help us with B'nai Mitzvah families.
Thank you for always coming in with laughter and jokes.
I just love when you come to the office and have your dark roast coffee and a little bit of creamer.
The lime green tablecloths, you know that they always match our blue doors outside.
Thank you for putting up with all of our crazy customs with love and respect.
You're the best. We couldn't do it without you.
You seem to know it all. You know when it's time for you to light the candles as opposed to us. You know when the holidays are. You know questions about kashrut. We have to refer to a luach, and you seem to be a luach. You are like the Jewish calendar of the year. You know it all.
Congratulations.
All right. So as we're drawing to a close of 2024, I want to bring up a wonderful woman, because she told me to say that. Our committee chair, Linda Fife.
Hi, everyone. I hope you're having a great night. Love you. All right, so I had stories to share, but we are way behind schedule, so I'm not. I have had the honor of being a part of an amazing group of people who have spent countless hours over many months creating this evening to honor Patrick, because he has meant so much to all of us and to our community. So I would like the entire committee to stand, because it takes a village and because this was absolutely a communal event. So committee members, I'd like to ask you to stand. I know. All right, our program team, Barbara Lang, Rabbi Alexander, Ronit Gilbert Aronoff, and Jean Ornstein. Our decor team, Rachel Ellie, Lena LeBeau, Mandy Pankowski, Jill Lasker. Our catering team, Beth Goldring and Dan Strauss. Our editing follow-up calls, volunteer wrangling and tech, Dana Marcus, Tara Stein, Joanna Mendelson, Christine Prell, Ben Hermes, and all of the volunteers, because, by the way, a whole bunch of people that are in this audience tonight came this morning to help set up. So thank you. Jess Bieber and Eric Nicastro, who were not just staff, but also served as a really integral part of this committee. And finally, our creative group guru and tech guru, and my personal support person who really had a hand in every piece of this evening and with each of the committees and refused the title of co-chair, though Rabbi Schuldenfrei, thank you very much yesterday for conferring it on her, Amy Hermes. Tonight really would not have been possible without all of you. This really was a complete group effort. Sorry, I'm tired. And now I would like to invite Adam Spiegel and Christine Prell to come up because they have a special presentation.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Adam Spiegel, the current president of AAE.
And I'm Christine Prell, first vice president.
First of all, I really want to thank Linda Fife and her committee. Nicely done. And of course to Patrick and his staff, who, as Eric pointed out, set up and will be setting down. You know, so Linda makes me laugh because she gave Christine and I, 2 minutes to give this presentation at 7:30. See, the thing is, though, I'm almost done with my presidency, and I wanted to make everyone kind of feel like they were in a board meeting, so I'm now going to repeat everything that's been said for the last hour. And I think we started with per K vote. Is that right?
Okay, Patrick. It is evident by the words of gratitude and the stories told this evening that there is no other facilities director that has touched a community more than you have touched us. When we walk through the courtyard, you've met us with a welcoming smile and sometimes a warm hug, which we got today. And we want to honor this connection with you, not only today, but for the years ahead. And that's why we are naming the courtyard the Patrick Miller Courtyard.
So next month on June 17th, we're having our annual meeting for the membership, and June 17th is also your actual 50th anniversary. So on that date, we will be unveiling a plaque that is being casted right now to memorialize the naming. And our hope, Patrick, is that when you leave your office in the courtyard and you enter your courtyard, you'll remember how much you mean to this community. Thank you. It's just been an amazing milestone.
All right. In all seriousness, for me, for the last 7 years, I've been working with Patrick, and it's an absolute pleasure. We go through a lot together here, and I couldn't be happier that you're finally getting a moment that you deserve, whether you want it or not, right? And as much as you're like, I can't wait till this is over, I hope you're taking every moment and every word in, because, you know, after 50 years, you deserve to hear about what you've done for this community. And we're all so grateful to you. Thank you, Patrick. So now you have to talk, which is, all right, quickly, but not too quick. Nobody's hungry or anything yet, so we have time. You want to use that mic? Yeah, you want to use that mic there? All right. Patrick Miller, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. For this, I'm very humbled and honored. To all of you for joining us this evening. It takes a village. Linda used my line, so I'm not real happy about that. It takes a village here in Valley Village to create a major community event. There are endless emails, phone calls, meetings of collaboration, long hours of thought-provoking ideas, challenges, and opinions between staff, lay leaders, and volunteers, bouncing ideas, out-of-the-box thinking, with the ultimate goal of making the community events successful. I want to thank all the staff and lay leaders who worked and participated in the creation of this memorable evening. Please all rise and let's all give them appreciation. I would like to recognize all my family members in attendance. Please rise and thank you for being a part of my life. I want to recognize all the speakers and sponsors for your continued generosity and kind words. Your continued support of Adal-Riel community makes this our home away from home. Let's go party and celebrate together.
Patrick, we have one last gift for you. Today's Sunday, tomorrow's Monday. You can come in at 10. Thank you, everybody, for being here. The party's going to be in the next room, so let's go celebrate and continue to celebrate Patrick and go party. Thank you.
The sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Lighten up while you still can. Don't even try to understand. Just find a place to make your stand. Take it easy. Well, I'm standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona, and such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down to take a look at me. Come on, baby, don't say maybe. I gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me. We may lose and we may win, but we will never be here again. So open up, I'm climbing in. So take it